Donnie Demento once again embarrasses us on the world stage.
They say this has been the best 9 months that any president has ever had.
Not only does that orange dog shit have dementia, but he also has very low standards if he thinks he's doing a great job. I mean, who am I kidding? Of course he has low standards. Look who he's conned into voting for him.
The airplanes, and we're working on getting that approved very quickly. It's already approved, but don't worry.
You see how easy it is for the felon to sell our top secrets to our enemies? May the Saudis take those planes and land them in Trump Towers. And I hope the felon isn't in one of them. That would just be terrible.
The Crown Prince and I are making an alliance stronger and more powerful than it's ever been before. We've had good relationships and frankly not good. You didn't have a good relationship with Barack Hussein Obama. You didn't have a good relationship with sleepy Joe Biden.
Obama and Biden didn't have a habit of blowing dictators like the felon does. Good president you picked there, maggots. He just needs to come out of the closet. I'm sure he'll be a better person for it and feel much better.
Saudi Arabia announced during my unforgettable visit there last spring, well, I said, could you try and get that up to $1 trillion?
The entire Saudi GDP is $1.1 trillion. They're going to give up all their money and give it to us? Obviously, it's a lie, but you go ahead and believe in maggots. I know how proud you are of being as stupid as
We're taking in trillions and trillions of dollars. Tariffs have been, frankly, the best thing that's ever happened to our country.
Right, overtaxing the American people with tariffs has been the best thing. Said nobody ever in the history of the United States, except for Trump swallowers. And they believe him without question. They don't have the critical thinking skills to even come up with a question.
I love the Fed job. To me, it's the easiest job in the world. You play golf for 28, 29 days, then you go and make a little speech.
So what was that about having the easiest job in the world and playing golf all the time?
You know, we got elected. Drill we must, I called it. Drill, baby, drill.
I watch the felon say these stupid things, and I start fantasizing about his other ear being cut, or anywhere in between. And I want it done live, like when we saw Charlie's last moments on this planet. I want to make a celebration reel on TikTok.
I'm all for climate change. You know, they have new word, climate change.
I understand. I'm all for regime change.
It's climate change is destroying the world, remember? The world was supposed to have been gone 2 years ago.
You were wrong. It turns out we didn't need climate change to destroy the world when we just have to elect Donnie Demento to office. Good job, maggots.
We have more jobs right now than we've ever had in the history of our country.
Straight up lie, we have more people out of work than jobs for them. I'm one of them. He can blow me.
If George Washington and Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead and they aligned and they went for the president, vice president as a combination, you'd be beating them by 25 points.
Yes, if Lincoln and Washington came back from the grave, they would be beating the felon. And not just in the polls, but with one. I'll make sure they get one. I'm all here for it.
You can't come in, open up a massive computer chip factory for billions and billions of dollars like is being done in Arizona and think you're going to hire people off an unemployment line to run it.
Okay, so now this incompetent mother effer wants to be the one to choose who are good immigrants and who aren't. This guy can't even change his own diapers. He actually pays an immigrant to do it.
The Saudis are saying, what is he talking about? They're saying, what do you mean women are playing against men? No, that doesn't happen, does it?
Look, if we can have a president who's still in transition to be a man, then, well, actually the jury's still out on that one. Then sports can handle some trans athletes, please.
We've lifted over 600,000 Americans off food stamps, and that's happening rapidly.
It's all words for him to hear himself talk. I guess the Trump swallowers are lulled by his voice and have been known to go through an entire box of tissues when they hear it.
We're also making incredible strides to make America affordable again. That's a new word that they're using. Affordability, they talk.
He thinks it's a new word. Dipshit.
Most powerful woman in the world. She can take out a country, take out a country with one phone call. That's power.
He did. They called the felon, and he's doing a great job destroying the country.
Erdogan is doing good. He's a friend of ours. We got to take care of our friends.
He's a friend of the felons. Americans aren't friends with dictators.
When I look at some of these countrysides that are littered with windmills, and every time it goes around, you lose money.
Categorically untrue that only a person with low IQ would say.
you're not allowed to mention the word coal unless you precede it by saying clean, beautiful.
There's a reason why coal needs PR help, because it's unsafe and unneeded. My grandfather suffered greatly from working in those mines. The felon wouldn't survive a day in a mine. Oh, wait a minute. That gives me an idea. How many coal mines are there near Mar-a-Lago?
He asked me to be chairman. That's what I needed. It's just a little more work.
Right. He can't even do the work he was elected to do.